this way around. Good evening. Ready for vlog number 2? Oh! False start, rear's been to the loo. Hey, good evening. Ready for vlog number 2, walk number 2. I played around with the settings a little bit, so maybe the video looks a little bit different this time. Should hopefully it'll be less of that fisheye effect that you get with the GoPro. So I've tried to turn all that off. We're starting our walk today up at Macclesfield Golf Course. Oh, here's another dog. Hello. Rio's very friendly. Although, as we talked about last time, in fact I've got a bit of an update on his leg. But yeah, he can, if other dogs start to harass him a little bit too much, he can tell them straight, and it sounds quite scary when he tells them straight. There's Macclesfield in the evening sun. We'll get some better views as we get up to the top. So yeah, I've been desperate to get out and do this. It feels like therapy. It's something I've always wanted to do. Obviously I'm not going in and saying everything, my deepest darkest secrets. Can I come the wrong way? I've done this walk a million times and I've literally come the wrong way there. Oh, unreal. Unreal. Rio, this way round. That's because there's no excuse, I just went the wrong way. But there was another person there with the dogs. Here we go, so I don't look too stupid. Oh, that looks stupid. Here we go, we're not doing all that shit again, worrying about what the people think. I've got a couple of kids with him though, so I'll put this down, I'll start again in 1 second. Right, we're on the right path. Unreal. Like I say, I've done this walk that many times for some reason. Went off down there. Anyway, so we'll talk about that first. Vlog, I call them vlogs, it is a vlog that I did, and I thought to myself, like I kept saying in that last video, just do it, just do it, just do it, just get out there and just do it, and just talk. The first 50 of these don't need to have any structure or semblance or anything. That doesn't have to be that way. This is it's just doing it, it's just getting out there and do it. So I get home and my computer's not quite right, you know, this GoPro records in dead high quality, so it was quite difficult to edit it and all the rest of it. So all these objections just keep, these obstacles just keep cropping up, and then I was like, just do it, just do it, just do it, same as last time, just do it. So I edited the first one last night, and I was watching it, I was like, this is not that embarrassing. I could actually watch it, you know. You think to yourself, even with the Chef Rick videos, sometimes when you watch them back or hear the sound of your own voice, it's a bit cringe, a bit embarrassing. Anyway, on that note, we've got a person coming. So, but then I put this one and I thought this will be even worse, because like my Chef Rick videos, I'm going, and now chop an onion and here's a da da da, and I sometimes try and be a bit funny or whatever, but you don't want to hear it back. In fact, went on a stag do, and top lads, but they all found out, oh, you got this YouTube Chef Rick, and then we're in this little place and they're watching it on the phone, so I can hear my voice talking about different things, recordings I did like 4 or 5 years ago. You go, oh my god, I just did not want to hear it. And it's not about the cringe thing, it's just nobody wants to hear their own voice. You know, you'll see interviews with bloody Daniel Day-Lewis, who says he hates his voice and he hates his performances. You're like, all right, he's being humble, and then he's bloody whatever. But I started to put it together, and occasionally I'd watch a little bit and see what I was talking about, and it was just like this. It was just like this, just chatting away to the camera, and I thought, yeah, you know what? Get it out there. Who's got a problem with that? How could you have a problem with that? Coming up to a nice view bit here. I'll stop talking. Just there's a couple of people chilling. I'll come straight back. Chilling there, really nice spot to come and chill out. It's sort of like it's not really a secret, this bit, it's just a ball ache to get to. So sledging, this is where everybody comes to sledge, because you've got like loads of amazing hills, get thick snow covered. But yeah, you got to go out your way a little bit. I think there's some some homeless people actually bothered coming all the way up here. I mean, this is an hour's walk from Mactown Centre, but they bothered coming up here just because it's like so safe and hidden, I suppose. I was about to say they come up here for the views. I said that once years ago to my brother-in-law, he's Brazilian. We were talking about the favelas in Rio. And I was like, oh, you know, a lot of it must be because of the amazing views. No, that's just a lucky byproduct or one redeeming feature. Just happens to have good views. Anyway, what am I talking about? So, and again, we'll work this aspect of it out, you know, wearing a proper microphone, although I thought the sound picked up all right, I thought. Didn't even do any editing on it later. I could have probably done a bit of editing on the sound and got it up. But I thought the sound was okay on the last one. And I reckon if I'm coming off places like this, like in the middle of nowhere where I'm not too embarrassed to be talking, I can just talk at normal volume. And there's not too much background noise, you should be able to hear anything. Anyway. So, yeah, edited the last one together. It's about 40 minutes, vlog one. Did a thumbnail and everything. And I think I'm gonna record 10 and then put them out there, schedule them. So I'm gonna do them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's just gonna be like this, just walking somewhere beautiful, chatting away. Ultimately, I'll start to get a bit of structure to everything that's being said, but for now, I'm quite happy just getting out there and just talking, walking and talking with Chef Rick. It certainly will not be getting called that, but it could be. So I've been desperate. I've been sat there desperate to get out here and do another one. I was going to do one yesterday, something cropped up. Still did a walk, of course, but right, coming into a field, a couple of dogs, beautiful views. I'll pan the camera around in a sec. Ooh, just over there is the Airbus A380, but that's for another video. I love a bit of a plane. Right, she was lovely. So, what was I talking about? That's going to be another thing, isn't it? Stopping and starting. Where was I? We'll get some really nice views in a minute. We'll enjoy the views. Oh, I'll tell you what, thumbnail. We'll get a thumbnail whilst we're up here. But I've been desperate to get out here. Oh, there's more people. Fucking hell. In fact, how can I fucking hell? It's amazing. It's a gorgeous place to be. So I can't complain that people are around here. But we'll go a little bit higher. I'll give you some of the views from where we are up at the top. So, it's Macclesfield. Pan it right round. I mean, it's lovely, absolutely lovely, perfect for a nice walk. Come on, we'll get past these, and then we'll do a little thumbnail, I think. Yeah, nice people. Right, where was I? So, I've been desperate to get out and do this again. And if this is I probably mentioned in the last video, my wife is all about like development and learnings and everything. Like, it's way deeper than that, like with your business, with your mental health, with everything. And I think I'm pretty well, I'm all there pretty much, but I've always wanted to have some sort of like therapy. I've always seen that thing, you know, you see it on American TV shows where they're lying on the couch, just talking. Now, don't worry, I'm never going to be giving away all my deepest, darkest secrets and thoughts. And I've got plenty of friends to talk to. I'm quite comfortable talking to people, but coming out and doing this feels so, healthy. And it made me so happy doing it last time. Not just going out there and doing it, but then editing it and going, that's actually all right for a very first one. And yeah, as the channel grows, you'll end up with more subjects to talk about. I also think call this a vlog, call this a podcast, call this what you want, but you don't want to date it too much by, I don't know, just talking about something that's happening now in 2025. You want to be able to go back and listen to older episodes or watch older ones of these and still be entertained. I talked about Bill Burr on my last one. I listened to a lot of his, and you could listen to one from 8 years ago and it sounds so fresh. I always think anything after 2010 is like modern, like really quite modern. And I think the quality of recording audio and video is kind of peaked really. 2010, I can't see anything getting much better than the 4K we're working in here and the sound. Anyway, so I've just been dead excited, so I'm super happy. I'm super happy we're out here. My wife, my wonderful wife, thinks, and I don't mean in a naive way, when I say everything happens for a reason, I don't think that. I don't think everything happens for a reason. I always say, well, what, Joseph Fritzl's daughter, that was for a reason, you know. Some things in life are just shit, really, really shit. And sometimes life works out, has a way of working out, like serendipity. So, but she's not saying it in such a naive way, but she believes that you're drawn to certain things, or at certain times in your life you'll need, when you really need something, it can just appear. And I don't mean you need a drink and a fucking glass of orange appears. I mean something that moves you in that right direction, just something very, very subtle, or something you've been thinking about. And I'm like, I don't know, babe, that's all. I think really it's just all random and you make your own luck in this life. And because I love her and trust her so much, a lot of what she says does seep into me, and I do believe it. Anyway, where am I going with this? My day job, I sell gin. I sell gin and whiskey, the best gin and whiskey in the world. It's a lovely job. And I was at the airport yesterday, and I go into the airport and there's Simon Wilson. Simon Wilson, I wonder if I can be clever. Watch this. See how clever my editing is going to be. There's Simon Wilson. I'm going to add something later on, like a picture of him. Shut up, Rick. So there he is, a vlogger, a YouTube vlogger who does lots of travel. He's a travel YouTuber, travel vlogger. And that obviously is a big area I want to get into because my wife's business is private travel. So it's just, I see him there and I clock him. I go into see the guy, and then I come back. He's still there. He's talking to someone else, just in this little lobby bit. It's him and someone else. I go over. Couldn't have been nicer. Massive smile. Obviously, someone's talking to him. So I'm really sorry to interrupt. I love your content. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. And he couldn't have been nicer. He couldn't have been more humble. He couldn't have been like, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great. Just one of them characters. Not that he gave me some time. He wasn't on camera or anything. He couldn't have been nicer. So I'm walking away going, there's someone super confident. So you go to his YouTube, you see, I think even in his bio, it's like, I started this with you can get sheep in this field sometimes. In fact, I'll turn the camera around, it's nice as you walk down here. Probably could have given you a few more, you know, beautiful panoramic shots whilst we're coming down the hill, but we can do this walk loads. It's really, really nice. These fields get absolutely packed with magic mushrooms, and then towards the end of summer, late summer, you see hippies, but you see the nicest people who you would never ever in a million years think would be shrooming, or walking around here like picking up the mushrooms. We get loads of them in this area. They grow in my garden, which is not a bad thing, is it? Right, so anyway, where were we? So yeah, so Simon Wilson, so he's super nice, super friendly, and he started from nothing, and he's got this amazing channel now where he's travelling around the world, 1.5 million subscribers, doing very well for himself. And that was another thing. So I was driving back thinking, fucking hell, what would Amy say? When I tell Amy that I saw him, what's she gonna say? She won't think that was a random thing, which of course it was a random thing, but something in the subconscious has got to make you go, there's a vlogger who's smiling away, who's happy, who's now made a few quid and is travelling the world doing what he loves. He's not got a boss. I don't like having a boss one bit. My boss right now is sound, nice guy, we're friends, but I couldn't even be managed by my best mate. I'm unmanageable. luckily I'm given a lot of freedom in my role, and like I say, my boss is sound, so we get on well, but I don't want a boss. I don't want a boss. I suppose one of my little dreams, get to the point where these videos are getting sponsorship, and then I could get sponsored by the company that I sell the gin and whiskey for, because no one can sell that product like me. No one. And I love it. I truly, truly love it. And obviously people can tell that when they talk to me. So if I was able to live my best life, come on Rio, look at him go. I'll talk about him in a sec. Look at him go. Good lad. Still not quite, see how the back two legs are sort of a bit together. Anyway. So yeah, I'd love to get to the point where my company just like sponsors my videos. So instead of having an advertiser for something like Ridge Wallet is blah, 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 something I just couldn't give a shit about, to actually, you know, sell a product that I actually care about in the gin and whiskey. But that's another story. So yeah, don't like having a boss. So this Simon Wilson, he's obviously not got a boss now. He's made a few quid. He's doing what he loves, and he's happy, and he's really, really happy. And I thought, yeah, that's what I want. So yeah, combine it. I don't know what to say about that one, really. I think I'll give you a bit of scenery whilst I think about what to say next, because at the moment I felt then like, oh shit, sheep in the field. Rio really should have been on a lead here. But in fact, when he was a pup, we came to this field. He's I mean, really, really a pup, not knowing about being, you know, responsible dog owners. Obviously an exceptionally gentle and kind pup, but he was off his lead. And he went running, and he basically herded a load of sheep over to that corner. And we were like, Jesus Christ, Rio, Fenton! Like, Rio, get back in. Pulled him in, but you think, Jesus Christ, that was I mean, he was a good dog. He literally was just playing around with them, and we never, ever, ever did that again. But yeah, always, I think the farmer in this field's a bit of a dick, so you can imagine. Anyway, let's get down to this a little bit. I'm recording, yeah. We'll let him have a little splash about in here, and then I'll tell you about what's going on with Rio. Go on, boy. Go on. Go on. He loves going in there, getting his paws wet, but he's got to go for something, so I'm not going to throw an actual stick for him. I'll just literally throw a stone down there, it'll splash, and he'll go off dancing in the water. Ever since he was a puppy, he's always loved like cooling his paws off in there. Good lad. So, talk about Rio whilst he's messing around. I mean, what a place. Look where I am here, leaning on a gate, surrounded by just beauty, magic. So Rio is, he went to the vets again today. He had to go back to double check on the his hips, and it's arthritis. He's got arthritis. So, you know, when I was saying, oh, he cramps up a little bit. Come on, Rio. Go on. Yeah, so he's got arthritis in his hips, and he's got something wrong with his bottom, and they're going to treat his bottom. Treat your bottom. They're going to treat his bottom in a week or so, I think it is, but he may have to go under, because if he's obviously trying to touch his bottom, he doesn't like it one bit, so the vet thinks it might have to be anaesthetic, you know, like a general. Go on, Rio, go on. And so, back to me. So it might have to be like a proper operation where they can take the little cyst thing out of his back, sort his bottom out, and then go from there. But yeah, there was talk of, you know, making sure hopefully that the bottom thing is just this and not cancer. And you think, I always wanted 10 good years out of Rio, and my boys are 6 and 2. So my oldest son, he getting his head around death, in the sense that he thinks you go back to the universe. So he understands, like, when Rio goes back to the universe, you know, it's gonna be a horrific day for us all. Horrific day for us all. But I've always wanted, like I said, he's 8. I've always wanted 10 years out of him, 10 good years. And we've had 8 incredible years out of him. So, yeah, God forbid now we get the worst news. But, you know, again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But the biggest worry for me, biggest worry for me is my dad. My dad is Rio's biggest fan, like by a mile. He kills him with kindness, to be fair. We'll say, listen, Dad, you can't throw a ball for him for the next 2 days because he's up this leg. Oh, you know, dogs like balls. And but we could never, ever, ever tell him the real. It's just, I don't know what he'd do. I don't know what he'd do. Be an absolute mess. So yeah, that's my big fear at the minute. That's sort of my problems. Talk about problems. That's it. But yeah, Rio's going to get. I'm going to turn this off. One sec. Let's go to a bag. 41 minutes left. 60 odd minutes. There we go. Right. So this was not to be a. Yeah. Pointless that, like putting the camera down like that. What's the difference when I just put it like that? If people don't like it, they don't like it. So yeah, that's the only worry with Rio right now, and that's why. I mean, we always give him nice long walks, but he was like a sprinter rather than a marathon runner, and we could just throw the ball for him hours and hours, and he would be so athletic. And yeah, he still got it, but like I said, we're just going to sort him out, and that's that. Back to these vloggers and how they do it, and what I'm thinking of how I want to incorporate it into my thing. So again, I'm doing this now. I can see someone looking out the window going like, what the fuck is he doing? Who does he think he is? Oh, he's probably not thinking that. He's probably going, oh, look at that guy. Good on him. So I've been watching him. And I mentioned his name last time, and please don't think this is the person who I'm emulating. In fact, I'm not at all. But someone like Charlie Veach goes into Manchester, winds up the people who are at their lowest ebb, and he just goes for the wind up, and he gets a good thumbnail of like a load of balaclavaed up lunatics chasing him, and he gets millions of views. And I'm sure he sleeps very well at night on a bed full of money. But I can't. I would like the confidence of being able to walk around with a camera like he does, to the point where there's no shame, no embarrassment. But I do not want this to be ever a political thing or not fun. Or not just like looking for the best in things, the best in people. And I like people who do city tours. Kurt Katz. Fucking unbelievable, the balls on that guy. It's amazing, super confident, good looking, sort of South African German guy. Kurt Katz. See if I can do that, Kurt Katz. And he's gone like dead. It's political now. And I think it was so much cooler when you were just walking around showing us interesting things. I mean, he would go around, you know, the ghettos of Mogadishu, or I'm here walking around beautiful Macclesfield. But I like his style. I like his style in that he's just confident, and he will just talk, and he's not afraid to just keep the camera going, and he doesn't do a big soft intro. It's like he just does it. Do you know what I'm going to do? Bring that down. It feels a bit. There we go. The video starts. So I really like the way he does things. Travel ones, we really like travel ones where they actually bother to edit a video together nicely. So Walk With Me Tim, ding. Yeah, there's some people coming down. Let's put this down for a sec. Yeah, Trek Trendy, Walk With Me Tim. These are travel ones that I really like, really like. And whenever I find a vlogger that I really like, you go back and watch the first ever videos because they are so far from the polished versions. I think I talked about it in the last one, but look at something like Mr. Beast's first video, you're like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, these are the people I'm sort of emulating, and I think, I don't know why I even had to tell you all that, but that's part of it. And I think, yeah, if you can have the confidence to actually get out there and do something and say something. I've got a lad I know from school. Him and his family have just moved to Mauritius from, I think Sheffield or something like that. And he's social media in it. The shorts moved to Mauritius. I'll see if I can pop that one up. And it's like, why not? He comes on camera, he's chatting away. It's, you just think in this world now, if you've got something to say, why not? Why not do it? My Chef Rick channel started, it was lockdown. One of my mates sent me a video of his boss. He goes, look at this, what my boss has done, like a cooking video on YouTube. And it wasn't great. Yeah, again, he'd had a go, it was lockdown. I'm really only talking from a sort of production thing. I think the food he made in the end looked great, but like the camera was never quite on the food. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do one of them, so do a bit of a Chef Rick. And that guy did, I think, 2 more videos, and he stopped. And I reckon that's a big part of it as well. You've just got to stay consistent. You've got to keep doing them, keep doing them, keep doing them. So I did it with the Chef Rick, got a few subscribers. I'm going to do that with this as well. So yeah, I think another thing I don't want to do is talk for the sake of talking, which I think I'm doing now. So if anyone is watching this, in fact, it don't matter, does it? That's not the point. The point of these first ones is to just get out there and get something done and say something, which is what I'm going to do now. My boss lives around here as well. So I keep thinking, if he's going to pass me in a minute and go, what are you doing? I think you're a YouTuber now, dear. Anyway, I'm going to put this down, so I'm going to overtake a couple of people in a minute, and then I'll bring you back. Oh, say about someone who I really love. Now he is getting a thumbnail shout out. Blot Outdoors. The Blot Outdoors show. Mad Mackham from Sunderland, Chris. And he goes and does stealth camps and wild camps and town reviews and food reviews, and gets far too drunk whilst he's doing them. But here's another one. He's just got to his 100,000 subscribers. He quit his job in the factory, probably at about 50,000 subscribers. He gets sponsorships, he gets, yeah, big one I really like. That's someone I'd like to emulate. Anyway, I'm getting dead close to these people now. So let's come back in a sec. This is one of my favourite houses in the area. There's so many nice houses, there's so many of them, but that's beautiful. I just love how it's an L shape. I just think the drive's cool, and it's just, obviously I know where it is in relation to the town, but it's like miles away from anywhere, but still close enough to places. And yeah, big fan. So I've got to just talk, haven't I? What else can I talk about whilst I'm doing this? Oh, yeah, I suppose what I was talking about, let's talk about vloggers and what I think about various vloggers. I think as long as they're all becoming just a bit politicised, they're all sort of not into any of that whatsoever. I would like mine to be more of a stoic style, where that's how I try and see things anyway, you know. Don't just back one side blindly. You can love and hate bits from both sides. So yeah, I never want it to get that way. I never want to, if I think something's great, I'll tell you it's great. If I think something's terrible, I'll tell you it's terrible. And that's that. Great, yeah, well done, Rick. Thanks a lot. So, we've just walked all the way around the top of the golf course, and we're coming now down to a nice little bit of Mac. We'll get on the canal shortly. In fact, I'll show you a lovely canal bridge. Seemingly a bit of a famous canal bridge. That's another, oh, when I went like that. So, on my early Chef Rick videos, I'd probably still do it generally, you know, like when you're going to watch yourself back, or no doubt people tell you in the comments, but you realise you have a few little, like, I mean, I spot them in people all the time, how many times I've said like, or I go, I tut. So I learned that because went to my, when I was doing Chef Rit for a while, dead excited, and I said to my auntie, I said, have you seen my Chef Rit videos? And she went, you tut. Broke my heart. So like, first comment was a troll. Ha! You tut. So it made me so self-conscious of the way I was talking. Then I thought, I suppose it's a good thing really. You can eliminate that sort of stuff from your vlogging. It's probably good advice. I would have preferred it to say, yeah, very nice, I like the ham sandwich, but oh, by the way, have you noticed you tut? So I'm trying to eliminate that with the way I'm doing this now. Keep looking at cars thinking, is that my boss? Again, don't want to have that feeling. I want to see it. I want to go, oh, is that my mate? Not, is that my boss? You know what I mean? So I'm quite conscious of tutting or erming or whatever little mad things I do with my voice. Which is why you do all of these little practice ones. And that's all this is. It's just a little practice one. So I think when we get to this corner, unless I really have got something that I want to say, I'll shut up for a bit and I'll just film as we go around the corner and down to the canal, because it's dead nice that. Oh, what are we? So it's August 15th, 2025. The time is 20 to 8. And I'm just looking here, I don't know if this is even going to work. A friend of mine, he's a military man, a former military man. He said, if you ever want to know what time it is, he said, if you can see the sun, you can see a horizon, so put your hands like that. He said, just as far out as your arm will go, bring your hands up there to the top of the sun, and every one of your finger movements is 15 minutes. So you go, that's an hour, basically. 2 hours. So where was the horizon? About there. So the sun's going to set in an hour and a half. And I test it regularly, and it's pretty accurate. So yeah, great guy, great guy. Again, he did commit war crimes, but he came back a better man. I'm gonna cut that bit, make sure I cut that bit. There's a time for humour and then there's a time for trying to be funny. I think nothing wrong with humour, but don't ever try and be funny. Pointless. Look at that. Lovely. I can't wait to see the I can't wait to see how this footage looks, because this GoPro, it's what are we? GoPro 11. And it's got that many different kind of settings, but you still have that kind of that GoPro fisheye look to it at the edges of the screen. It looks pretty cool. It's only when you sort of pan around you have an effect, but this one I've turned that off. Hopefully, we'll see. We're editing all this. Right, we've got a couple with the dog here, so I'm going to be I'll be back. Hiya. Busy pub there. It's definitely not ready to be walking past that holding a camera, but I will say, you probably noticed I kept the camera out talking whilst a few cars went past, and you have a little glance to the left and no one's looking. No one's looking. Everyone's got their own life to lead. Everyone's got their own bloody problems. No one cares. And if anyone does care, they can get to fuck really, because again, it's just a case of this is my little thing, and I'm okay to say this on these videos. Like, don't forget, this is number 2. No one will ever see this, so you can just say all this and get it all out. Verbal diarrhea. You don't need me to be coming on vlogging saying I watch Trek Trendy, I watch this, I think it's cringe, I think it's nerve-wracking. No. We'll get to a point where it's actually quite, you know, interesting and hopefully funny stuff. Maybe bring a couple of friends on and chat away, and anyway, who knows what direction we're going to go. But coming up to a really lovely bridge here. I've got a jogger, but do you know what? I'm just going to keep on filming. I'll move the camera away when he jogs past, but I'm not putting it down again because I don't want you to miss this lovely bridge as we get to it. Oh, he's knackered, he's had a rest there. Right, we'll tuck in here, let this guy pass, and I'll see the bridge again. Nice guy, dead nice guy. Thanks, mate. So look at this bridge, look at this for a bit of engineering. You see pictures of this bridge on Facebook all the time, and it's like, I want to go and go, oh, I know that bridge, and obviously 50 people have got there ahead of you. That's in Macclesfield. And you know what we're going to do? You know what this bridge is? It's got a thumbnail written all over it. So I think, let's try it. Let's try a thumbnail. Here we go. There we go, go that way. Come on, boy. Let's get the bridge. Oh, now you know what? I'm getting good at this. Here we go. Right, come on. Want to lead? There you go. Rio, what's up here? Rio, one more time. Let's try it again. Come here. Oh, what's that? Rio, what's this? Ready? You know what? Probably got it filled. Oh, look. We've got it there. We've got it. Ha! There you go. I like that. The thumbnail from the first video. I loved how, it's a bit blurred, it's this, it's that, but I liked how I could go on and edit it. Basically, when you do a video, as if you give a shit about this, but don't forget no one's watching. It doesn't matter. Yeah, when you do the I was watching a video back, like getting ready to do the thumbnail on the last one at Oddly Edge, and there's me and Rio gives me a little kiss, and I was like, oh, perfect. And you can do it, kind of move it along the video that is frame by frame until there's the picture. I think perfect. You extract that, you save that as an image, pimp it a little bit, brighten it up, and then when I added it back to the video, I'm like, whenever you've seen people do, you know, a camera flash on a video, I think, how have they done that? So you go into ChatGPT, great friend of mine, straight to ChatGPT. How do I do this? There it is, step-by-step instructions. So if you watch the last one, or if you watch this one, then I'll do the same effect. Like how to make it look like a camera flash has gone off. I fucking love all that. I really enjoy the editing as well of videos. I really enjoy the editing when you actually get to sit down. Like I would like to, at some point, if this goes somewhere, to have a really good laptop, a really powerful laptop, like a little editing studio. It wouldn't even be a laptop, would it? Get a nice powerful desktop, get a little editing studio ready. So then you go out, you film your videos, like doing something like this, something lovely, and then you edit them, which is fun, and then you upload them, and then you get comments from people saying, oh, I like this, or how do you do this? Yeah, I think this world is made for me. This YouTube world is made for me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Any excuse, look at him. a good swim actually. I mean, it's not really a good swim, it's just a canal here, but a good swim for him is so good for his muscles. Slightly using up different, you know, different exercises. Like, do you know what, I'm gonna have a wee whilst he does that. Right next to me. Ah, of course, go on, look at that. See, just instantly he's got that pup in him again. Don't go in there. No, he would have dived in there once before. Now he's gone in, he may as well go in. Although what's that? Hang on. He would normally like leap in there. I don't want him to hurt himself. Go on, Ray, you can go in. Ooh, just had one of those moments, made me a bit sad. Go on. I know my wife gets those sometimes when you just look at him and you see him do it like a little happy moment, and go on, you can go in, go on. Ha! You go a bit deep. Go on, go. Yeah, he's not going to be here forever. And even, you know, when you look back at old photographs, you catch a photo of a grandparent or something, or tries the photos and videos we've got of Rio, mad. But then these ones in his, let's call it the autumn of his life. He's not in the winter of his life yet, the autumn of his life. Magic scenes. I know, I'll look back at this one day, you know, with fond memories and stuff. When you see him like that happy, look at him, he's got, oh my god, no, stop it, Ricky, stop it. Go on, Rio, go and have fun, do something annoying. Stop me falling. Oh god, I love him so much. Yeah, the things we've done with this dog, the places we've been in. He's never he's fully intact. He's never had his balls chopped off, but he's never had sex with anyone. And I always think, I think that's the only thing missing from his life. Do I edit that out? No. What's the point? No one's going to see this. I just think, yeah, he's lived a life that's full. He really has lived a full life. He's never gone. We've never put him into kennels. Never done anything like that. If we've ever gone on holiday that we couldn't take him on, he's always gone to my dad's, or you know, someone that we know and love. Hang on, yeah, give you me again for a bit. Yeah, he's had an amazing life. I've swum in the sea with him, I've swum in lakes with him, we've done everything. We've camped with him, I've done it all. And he's a great dog. I cannot... Yeah, I think it's what's coming out. Ooh, oh no, it's a vlogger. Yeah, I'll put this down. These two old women won't know what the hell I'm doing here. I got a bit of charm. Funny joke here. What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Rio and his life well lived. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, about getting a German Shepherd. Unbelievable dogs. They're not all clever. They are daft in their own way, and it's weird daft because it's like the clever stuff they do. It's difficult to describe when I say it's clever. It's on another level. It's spiritual. It's different. It's not that he, you know, taps twice to get his food or any of that shit. He does things that are, you know, there's a connection. There's a weird little spiritual connection going on there. He knows things. He's super aware of things, and then I don't know. Let me think about. I can't think of a daft example, but he'll do something so completely daft. He's like, what are you doing? Like I don't know. He'll try and get into the side of a car rather than the boot that he's got in all his life, or whatever it might be. And you think, how could you do something so daft and be so insanely clever? Well, it's not an issue not to get a German Shepherd. They need a lot of training. They need a lot of exercise. If you've got carpets in your house, don't even bother. Get those carpets up if you're definitely getting a German Shepherd. Get some wooden floors down, because I mean, he's medium head, and the joke is, you know, they molt twice a year, but each molting session lasts for 6 months. And I don't know if we got him on camera saying it yesterday, but that lad at Oddly Edge said, oh, you fucking carpets, all fox. I was like, yeah, you know. So really, if you can train them, if you can exercise them, And if you don't mind, well, make sure they're very well groomed, and if you don't mind your house getting covered in fur, incredible dog, absolutely incredible dog. I think I wonder about getting if we'd have had two. Rio was always not the run to the litter, but he was always a shit house basically, which is a bit. Oh yeah, here's another little dog coming. Put the phone down. Phone? It's not a phone, it's a GoPro. Oh shit. Nice guy. He's on his phone. He's looking down on his phone. Look where he is. Fucking Cheshire Canals at sunset. And he's looking at his phone. Anyway. I was banging on about Rio, wasn't I? I was waffling about Rio. Amazing dog. Yeah, yo, that's what I was saying. Would we have got two? Would I get two dogs next time? If you can look after one dog, you can look after two. Got a decent sized car. But yeah, if you've already done the whole thing with one, you're all set up. I don't think there's much difference between getting a second one. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, people who've had one, people who've had two. But then, is there anything sadder? Been a couple of sad bits on this today, aren't there? I am feeling a bit sad. I've got some tears. I've got some tears ready to fall. They're stuck. A load came out the other day. What was up with me? Something happened, and I thought I knew I've got to get some tears out here. So some come out when I was watching a fucking Robbie Williams film, and some needs to come out. Yeah, I might. Anyway, I'm not fighting them back, by the way. If they come now, fucking great content. Be a good thumbnail. Rick's crying. But yeah, is there anything sadder than the dog that is left behind when one dog goes? That dog is never the same again. And you can't explain to him what's going on. And they just go and pine and like go to the other dog's bowl and look out the door for them, and you're like, oh, okay, no, too much. But would I like to? So they've got all that company and all the rest of it, yeah, maybe next time. But we're not talking about next time. We've got an incredible dog right here. So yeah, we're nearly see where we are. Again, walking down the towpath of Macclesfield, the canals of Mac. Honestly, I could do a really good walk on this, really good. But we've come. I wouldn't have normally driven to the golf course. I only drove to the golf course so I could do the walk as an easier loop. Normally I'd just walk back to my house from here, which is just over there, but I thought, yeah, let's burn a bit of diesel, wife will like that, and make it a loop. So in a minute we're going to be coming off and going back up. But yeah, there is some lovely canal walks around here, really lovely. Feel like, oh yeah, this guy's setting off his outdoor, his barbecue, his house overlooking. I can smell it. Oh, it smells good. Flying his flag proudly. Love that. Love that. And here we go. We're going to leave the canal now. Go on, Rio. Start. There you go. Right, we're nearly back. Come on. Maybe you don't want to look at me if I'm not talking. Let's just film back up to the golf course. I'm doing all right with this. We've got one, I've got one memory card, micro SD, there you go, micro SD. And I don't know the size of it, but you basically get an hour of footage at this quality. And I've only got one battery as well, which is now on 22%, so more than enough for these little things. But what I do want is a few spare batteries, a few spare memory cards, so I can do proper like nice long vlogs and camping trips and yeah, all the rest of it. And I think I was watching, got that nice and clean. I was watching someone yesterday, I think it was Blot Outdoors, and I was thinking, he was sat, he does these things like these wild camps, oh no, stealth camps is one of the ones he does. And he's done this stealth camp, go on, he's done this stealth camp behind bloody St James's Park, Newcastle United's ground, and he sat behind a wall, pissed out of his head, and I realised I've been watching him for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I thought to myself, what has he been talking about? He's not been talking about anything, he's just been chatting away, and I was still super happy with the last 20 minutes of my life. And yes, if you came here, or if I advertised that this was a podcast where you are going to learn X about editing videos, making thumbnails, whatever, then you'd be a bit annoyed if here's me panting away, walking along, talking about Rio's sore ass. But this is just a vlog, isn't it? It's just like, you know, getting out there and walking and talking. And we're coming up to the car now. You can imagine this golf course car park at night is the place to come and smoke weed and bring girls up here and all the rest of it. And the only thing that annoys me is that you see fucking McDonald's wrappers here in the morning and you think, come on, you know, this unlocked car park, the police aren't going to come, you've got the perfect place to chill, looking out over onto Mark. Look at that golf course in the background, it's lovely. But yeah, if you're going to come up here and leave your Mackey's wrappers, you're asking for it to get gated off or the police to come up. Don't be so stupid. Good advice I heard once, don't commit a crime whilst committing a crime. If you want to come up here and smoke weed, don't throw litter out your car. Look at that Jag, I had one of them. Mine was almost identical. Mine was the XFS, so it was black like that. It had the same alloys, black alloys. Mine had the twin exhaust at the back. It was, I still think it was one of the best looking cars, but it had all these problems. Oh my god, unending problems. Fucking nightmare, absolute nightmare. So yeah, there's another story. Don't want to end it on that. We'll end it on that sunrise. Go on, Rio. See if he gets in all right without a run up. Go on, here you go. There you go. That's a dog with a few more years in him. So yeah, thank you so much again. It feels like therapy. I can't stop smiling. I know I'm talking about, I've got tears behind my eyes. I've got these sad things. It's just normal. I think everybody has that, and I'm not afraid to put those out in vlogs. But it feels, I just love talking. I just love doing these. I feel buzzing now. Can't wait to get home and edit it and see what that thumbnail looks like. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.